For this lesson, we will write ratios of mixed numbers and decimals. So quite often we'll end up with a fraction, which is a ratio, that includes a decimal or includes a fraction as a numerator or denominator. And that can get very confusing when you have fractions within fractions called complex fractions, or if you have decimals within your fractions. And so instead, we like to convert those values to whole numbers. So here's how we'll do that. For this example, we have a rectangular garden that's 4.5 feet by 8.25 feet wide. We're trying to write the ratio of the length to the width. So 4.5 feet to 8.25 feet would be the ratio of length to width. But I'm not comfortable with the fact that I have decimals within my fractions. So I'm going to rewrite this using whole numbers. And the way that we do that is we're really going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by a power of 10, which really just means we're going to move the decimal the same amount of places on top and on bottom. So if I look at the first value, I have a tenths place, and in the second value, I have a tenths and a hundredths place, which means I would have to multiply both top and bottom, or numerator and denominator, by 100. Now, what does that do? That actually moves my decimal 2 places, which gives me 450, and moves my decimal 2 places, which gives me 825. Now I've got two nice whole numbers, no decimals, but now I still need to simplify to lowest terms the same way that I normally would. So just start dividing by values that you know would go into them. It looks to me like 25 would go into both of those values. And so 25 would be 18 times on the top and 33 times on the bottom. So 18 over 33 would be that ratio in lowest terms. And again, with a ratio, it's really not necessary for us to label the solutions. It will make a difference in our next unit when we talk about rates. Now, this is one for you to try on your own. Now, this one does involve fractions, but do the best that you can, then press play to see how you did. If the height of a tree is 12 1/3 feet tall and the nearby building is 21 feet tall, we're to write a ratio of the height of the building to the height of the tree. So the height of the building is 20 1/2 feet, and the height of the tree is 12 1/3 feet, and this is very, very ugly. This is 2 mixed numbers in a fraction. So I'm going to make it a little bit uglier for just a second. I'm going to turn 20 1/2 into 41 halves. And I'm going to turn 12 1/3 into 37 thirds. And it looks like I went the wrong direction. It looks like I made it more complicated. But really, we know that fractions are just the same thing as division. So this is actually 41 halves times the reciprocal of 37 thirds, which is 3 37ths. So this is how I can write that ratio. I'm going to see if I can reduce anything. Nothing reduces. So 41 times 3 would be 123. And 2 times 37 would be 74. And so my ratio would be 123 to 74 feet. Again, label not necessary.